Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to this live stream. I'm streaming live in my Facebook groups and also on YouTube. So today we have a special live coming up, and I want to introduce to someone very special and someone who is a financial services and a tax specialist. So I have the honor of this special training, and to give you a little bit of background, Miss Kayla Joshua is going to be our guest today, and Kayla's journey is truly inspiring. So, a little bit of background on her: she spent 8 years dedicated to her work with the Nevada in social services. Um, and while being a single parent, alongside her demands of work and parenting, she faced personal health challenge, being diagnosed with lupus nephritis. However, Kayla's determination and resilience never wavered. Taking a leap of faith, she left her stable job in in Las Vegas and ventured to Georgia in search of something more. That something turned out to be entrepreneurship. Today, Kayla is the proud owner of Knowledge Solutions LLC, where she leverages her expertise as a financial services specialist, tax guru, and a wealth educator. Her passion lies in helping entrepreneurs scale their enterprises and structure them according to their unique needs. She firmly believes in using taxes to generate income to fund your dreams. Additionally, Kayla is committed to teaching entrepreneurs how to utilize both business and personal credit effectively. Kayla's journey, including her battle with lupus, has taught her the value of resilience and the importance of financial security. She is deeply passionate about sharing her knowledge to empower individuals to achieve financial freedom. This training is an incredible I'm sorry, this training is an incredible opportunity for all of us to leverage Kayla's Kayla's expertise. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to you to the stage Miss Kayla Joshua. Hey Kayla.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Thank you. That was an awesome introduction. Thank you. I don't think I could have said it any better myself. Thank
Thank
you
you, Kayla.
for having me. All right. And
All right.
I don't think it's really more so nothing for me to say, but my name is Kayla Joshua, and I am the CEO, owner, operator of Knowledge Solutions. And what I do is I teach, small business owners how to scale and grow their business. And I teach people who's looking to enter the tax industry. I teach them how to make 100K in 90 days using my power program. Thank you for having me, Lisa. I really, really appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Kayla, I got some questions that I will present to
Oh,
you. I
Lord.
actually got like 45 questions, but I'm not going to ask all 45 because I don't want to keep you here all day.
Okay.
But I'll ask the ones that probably, people will be most likely to, to benefit from.
Right. Okay.
So first question is, can you briefly describe your background and expertise as a tax preparer? Like how long you've been in taxes and that kind of stuff.
Sure. Absolutely. So, I don't have a typical tax story like everyone else, like, oh, I wanted to do taxes. It was so fun. Like, no, I was working for the state of Nevada as a caseworker. And I was doing my passion is actually credit repair. Really, it's really credit repair. And my upline, the whole MLM, type deal, she asked if I wanted to do tax preparation. And I said, no. Heck, I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with their money. Like, no. And she's like, I think it'd be lucrative. You already work with numbers. And I was like, okay. And I kind of just started to fall in love with learning how to do taxes when I learned about the tax laws and things like that. So it's been about 5 years for me that I've been in the tax industry.
Okay, okay, good, good. And what types of tax returns do you specialize in? Individual, business, self-employed?
I say more so self-employed. I've noticed an increase because I started right before COVID. So I noticed an increase in small business owners, especially people of color, starting their business and not even knowing where to start, how to get it.
Mhm.
see how to run a business. So once I started doing taxes, found myself giving more tax knowledge than actually being concerned about the refund amount and things like that. So my niche is really the small business owners.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Um, so how do you stay updated on the latest tax laws and regulations?
I subscribe to the IRS website. I'm also a member of the Association of Black Tax Professionals. I'm actually the ambassador, one of the ambassadors for the state of Georgia, um, a member of NATP, National Association of Tax Professionals. So I try to keep myself abreast of all the upcoming tax knowledge and news because it changes every single tax season.
Well, that's good to know because a lot of times we get tax professionals, and I can say this for myself, we get tax professionals that I'm not going to say they don't know the business, but they're not available. And when you have questions, then a lot of, i- in my experience, I haven't gotten those questions answered in the correct way. So it's good to have somebody who stays up to date on the laws and regulations and can actually help their clients.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
that's
that. I noticed it's more so a trend. Um, of course we have the same mentor, but it's so
hmm
true. People typically flock to those who are famous and who post a lot of this and that and the other, but when they go to reach that person, they're never available. Or if they have questions, that person typically can't answer. So, we're so used to going to people because of their popularity, but they don't go to people because of the type of knowledge that they provide, which is the
right,
scary part.
right, and that's important.
Hmm.
So, what strategies can individuals use to maximize their deductions and credits? I know that's a tall question because you have different kinds of individuals on the live. So,
Hmm.
someone who's an employee. So, what strategies can they use to maximize their deductions and credits?
Okay, well, honestly speaking, and from what I've learned over the last 5 years, if you're an employee, which I've been majority of my life, I just quit my 9 to 5 October of 2022 for the first time. But there's really no deductions for employees. If you're a 9 to 5 employee, besides childcare that you pay for probably out of pocket, you really can't write off anything. Even if you work from home, they don't consider that a write off. The way the tax system is set up, if you're not a small business owner or a business owner, period, you can't write off any of your deductions.
Okay. So someone who's not a small business owner, how do you what would you tell them to do to be able to become a business owner so that they can utilize the tax system to work in their favor?
The first thing I would tell them is, of course, definitely update their W-4 and make sure they have the right withholdings coming out. And then, in order for the tax law to work in their favor, find something that you love to do, something that you like to do that you can benefit from. It may be a hobby. If you like to cook, sell dinners, if you like jewelry, do paparazzi, just do something on the side. Because if you work from home, then that gives you that option to be able to write off a portion of your utilities, write off a portion of your rent or your mortgage. If you travel to meet clients, then now you can write off, the mileage that you use when you went to go meet those clients or for dinners and meals and things like that. But you can't write those off unless you have that, you're a small business owner.
Okay.
So
And
find
as a
a side hustle.
okay, so, and as a small business owner, is it necessary to get a LLC, or what type of business um should we set up
That's
to
a
be able to?
great question. Being transparent here, like I said, when I just started in the industry about 5 years ago, and the company I was with, they gave us the opportunity to offer LLCs. So as soon as I had the opportunity, I was selling them like hotcakes to everybody. You get an LLC, you get an LLC. I was the Oprah of LLCs. I realized the responsibility that comes with LLCs once I got my own. You have to keep up with the yearly fees, you have to maintain
Mhm.
LLC. The only thing the LLC does is separate you from your business. So if you're working as a sole proprietor, you can do that. Do not get me wrong. But if somebody were to sue you, they can sue your personal assets. But if you have an LLC, that separates you from the business legally. So that way, if something were to happen, then they would just only be able to sue everything that's attached to that business, to that EIN number, and not you personally. So, my advice now, when you know better, you do better. Don't
Right.
jump into an LLC until you're ready to make that move. You're ready to say, I am a legit CEO. I am a business owner, and you're going to take that responsibility and know that you have to keep up with, you have to have meetings for your business. You have to have, things in place, a bookkeeper or CPA, etc., to make sure your business is running properly.
Okay. So as a side hustle, if I don't go through and get a LLC or, go
Don't
through the
rush it. Yes,
yeah,
just
okay.
keep track of your income and your expenses. I still, even if you didn't open a separate business bank account because you're just starting off as a side hustle, because see if you like it first. It might be something you don't even like to do. Just everything you spend for your business, make sure you keep track of your income, open like a separate savings or checking, and then keep track of all your expenses each month, whether you use QuickBooks or whatever. So when it's time to do your taxes, you have that profit and loss, and now you can write off the things in your home and the things that you spent.
Okay. And without a a, a tax ID number, I can do that as far as claiming it for
Absolutely. You can
business.
actually, yeah, you can write it
Okay.
off under a Schedule C under your social security number. And like I said, a lot of people, it's
Okay.
so much misinformation out here, and people running to get EIN numbers, people running to get LLCs. If you're not ready for that type of responsibility, don't do it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know because I didn't even know that. I thought you had to have a tax
No,
ID number. So that's good.
no. You can
Okay.
have just a DBA, which means doing business as. So you can get a DBA in whatever city and state you're located in, and just have an account and everything for your business going to the DBA and run it under your social. You do not have to have the EIN number starting off.
Okay. Facebook user says awesome information. Kayla is the best.
Thank you.
Wait, Kayla is the best tax professional colleague ever.
Oh, thank you.
Cool, cool. And I don't see that name. It just says Facebook user. So yeah, let's see. Any questions from the group? Any questions anybody have for Kayla? I don't see any questions coming in. So okay, here's my next question.
Okay.
So what steps can someone take to prepare for an IRS audit? Um, and how can you assist if one occurs?
Pray. No, I'm just joking. No, no, seriously, don't pray. But no, it has been and I don't know if people the audience is keeping track of the news, but there has been a heightened increase of audits. It's been a heightened increase of letters going out to all tax professionals, and the IRS blatantly came out and said we're targeting Black tax professionals. We're targeting after
Wow.
that. First they tried to make it seem like it was random because of the system, but you can look it up. It's on CNN. Like the way that it's targeted is because they're going after earned income, people who have a lot of EIC credits and child tax credits. Well, who has those credits? Lower income
Come
people,
people. Gotcha.
minorities.
Gotcha.
So more minorities as tax professionals and as people receiving these huge refunds, their tax returns are being audited. So make sure you're
Wow.
actually going to a real tax professional, someone that has a P10, which you get from the IRS in order to become a tax professional. And at the bottom of your tax return, it doesn't say self-prepare, because they're using like TurboTax and Free Tax USA to do people taxes. And when they get caught up and go to jail, they're like, well, I didn't do this. Man did my taxes, but Man name not on nothing. So they're
Oh,
taking the fall for these. They're taking the fall for all of this fraud. So make sure you do your due diligence and find out that you have a legit tax professional doing your taxes. Their P10 number, their business name is at the bottom of that tax return. So that's first and foremost. Don't just go to anybody to prepare your taxes. And then also too, make sure you're reading your return and protecting yourself, because they're throwing all type of credits on people's tax returns just to get the money. Fuel credits that
Mhm.
they're not entitled to, household employee credits. That's for people who got butlers and chefs and live-in nannies. How you low income and got all of this stuff and you're getting 40 and $50,000 back? But people are so money hungry, they're not reading. They just say, oh, this is what you can get me back. And they signing it. Half the money going to the tax professional account, the rest going to theirs. And then when the IRS catches up with it, that person has to take full responsibility because their name is the only one on that tax return.
Wow. Okay.
So
Well, that's good to know. That's good to
please be
know because
careful out here in these tax streets. It's rough. It's rough.
I I I can hear. It sounds like it is. Um, so what strategies can individuals use to maximize their deductions and credits without being having to be concerned about getting in trouble with the IRS?
Documentation beats conversation. So basically, like I said, every year, make sure if you're a W 2 employee, you're updating, and your W 4, make sure you don't have too many withholding coming out. For some strange reason, everybody think it's okay to go exempt. Then they have no money. Then they come get their taxes done. They're not understanding why they're not getting a refund. So that's the first and foremost.
Mhm.
And then keep documentation of everything. Your mileage at the beginning of the year, take a picture of your odometer so you know how many miles you had, what you had at the end of the year, and what you use for travel when it comes to business. And receipts. Keep track receipts of everything in case anything were to ever happen. You have that proof that these were your true, income and expenses.
Okay, gotcha. And next question is so what are okay, how should I ask it? So what client do you feel tax professionals try to avoid? Like, who is it that would come to you and you'd be like, "Oh my God, I don't want to be bothered with her."
I think I would say people are scared of high income earners. They see a high income earner and they're like, oh my gosh, this person makes over six figures. I don't know what to do. I can't, because you want to, of course, make sure they're getting all their deductions that they're entitled to. But you also want to make sure they're not overpaying in taxes either. And without the
Okay.
client's help, if they don't have the documentation, it's kind of hard to find that balance. So people are really scared of high income earners, especially if they didn't pay enough in taxes. If box number two is empty or little to none, and they made over six figures, yeah, I
Mhm.
might faint. I might faint.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. What is the difference between tax credits and tax deductions, and how can employees take advantage of both? I think I might have just asked that. So, what's the difference between a credit and a deduction?
So a deduction decreases your AGI. So it's kind of like a write off. So that's what a deduction is. So it's different types of deductions. You can get a deduction for, itemizing on your taxes. And so it's decreasing your AGI. So it's helping you owe less or maybe possibly getting a refund. Where a credit is, say we could say earned income credit. The earned income credit right now is $2,000, but only $1,600 of it is refundable. So as soon as you put that earned income credit on that tax return, depending on the client's income, that's a credit. So now I got $1,600 more that I'm going to receive back from the IRS. So the deduction decreases the tax liability. The credit actually gives you the actual refund.
Okay, that sounds good. And also, so that's all the questions I see that may be on the minds of the people. If anyone has a question, you could put it in the chat. But if not, how can people get in touch with you if they are looking for a tax professional, or if they're looking to get their credit in line, or whatever other services you provide? How can they get in touch with you?
You can get in contact with me. My website is joinkayla.com. If you go on the website, there's a link to my Facebook group, where I drop a lot of tax tools and tips and knowledge, as well as credit repair. Like I stated, my passion kind of has scaled to more so, LLC setup. So if you were to look and get your LLC set up, or a nonprofit, even, like we do nonprofits as well, or established business credit. If you're a small business owner, you could definitely contact me on my website and schedule an intake appointment. Then I'll be able to assist you, with whatever that may entail. Also, consultations as well, you can book too.
Okay, good deal.
Mhm.
So, is there any questions that you wanted to share that I may have missed, or if anything that you want to, provide any kind of nuggets?
Well, the main thing that's going on right now in the whole tax world news is the child tax credit. Is it going to go up? Is it not going to go up? Do I wait to do my tax return, etc.? As of right now, they're still voting on it. Some say, oh, it went through, so it's going to increase $200, and then it's going to go up $100 every month. Honestly speaking, until I personally see what Congress states, I'm not going to reiterate that information, whether it's true or false. But don't hold up. If you need your money, don't hold up processing your taxes, because if it does go through, you will still get your money. You will still get the difference, whether the IRS, sends it as a via direct deposit, as a check, or a credit. So don't hold it up listening to everything on social media, because
Gotcha.
at the end of the day, it's all based off of what's going on with Congress. So that's the hot topic right now, is the child tax credit. So a lot of people, do I do my taxes now, or do I wait, etc.? And then another thing I would say is cash advances are huge right now. So
Hmm.
if you need a cash advance from whomever doing your taxes, make sure you look at the terms and conditions. I know some companies, the interest rates is about 36%. Some companies, the interest doesn't start unless you get over $1,000. So it depends. Read your tax paperwork. Thank you, Latasha. Read your tax paperwork to see exactly what you're getting yourself into. Because I have people who got 3,000, 4,000, and they're happy right now because they got some money in their pocket. But when the
Hmm.
tax refund pays out, keep in mind that it's the interest is calculated daily. It's compound interest. So you're paying interest on it from the day you got the money in your bank account to the day the IRS pays out your tax refund. So if you have like
Okay.
$850 or 200 missing, you're like, where's my money? No, your tax professional didn't steal it. You got a loan. You got a
Okay, okay. You know what? I did that a couple of years ago, and I was wondering why my check was less
yeah,
than.
because they're gonna
Okay.
their tax prep fee, they're gonna take out the amount of the loan, and they're gonna take out the interest. So you'd be lucky if you have anything left over. So if you really don't need the funds right now, be cautious
Just
and
wait.
just wait. Because as soon as the IRS opens, which this year is January 29th, actually, some companies are part of hub testing, which my company is as well. Some of my returns already been accepted by the IRS. But
Okay.
initially, it does open January 29th. They have 21 days by law to give you the money, and usually get it before then. So if you can be patient, just wait until
Mhm.
your tax refund comes, because that saves you in the long run.
Okay, good deal. So I have somebody saying that they will be contacting you. It says Facebook user. And we do have one question from another
Mhm.
Facebook user. Good afternoon. I was wondering, was it a lengthy process to become a tax specialist? If so, is it possible for a college student to look into this expertise?
I can't see who Facebook user is, but no, it's not a lengthy process. So, like I said, I wasn't interested in becoming a tax professional 5 years ago. Kind of just fell in my lap. But honestly speaking, it's too easy, in my opinion, to be a tax professional. All you have to do is get a P10 from the IRS website. It's only $19. And if you reach out to me, I can give you the link to get the P10. Once you get the P10, that's kind of it, depending on who you
Okay.
mentor under. Some companies train you on the job, some only give you the basic data entry. But in order to actually know how to be a real tax professional instead of a data entry person, you have to want to seek the knowledge for yourself. because people are only going to give you just enough to get started and to get by. It's way more to taxes than just putting it in. But I wish I would have started a long time ago because I would be way further ahead, than I am now. But it's super simple, especially if you're in college. That would be a great side hustle because so many people, in college have little jobs that they work trying to get by and paying their tuition and things like that. And it gives you understanding of the tax law at an early age.
Well, that's good advice because my daughter, she's in college and she's trying to find a way to earn some money while in college. So, I think I'm gonna
But
send
keep
her your
in
way.
mind, your friends in college, if they don't have kids, their tax refund gonna be a little low, okay? Because they don't.
Uh-huh.
So you're gonna have to market yourself and find clients, all over different age demographics, etc., different socioeconomic status. But I think it would be a good side hustle for somebody that's young to make some additional money and plus teach yourself how to grow mentally, and financially as well. You learn a lot doing taxes.
Okay, so that's my it looks like my daughter is on. She said, "This is your daughter, mom." So so Amani, get with Kayla Joshua so you can find out how to become a tax professional, ma'am.
So daughter was Facebook user. Okay. No.
Yeah.
You gotta click the little button so we can see her name on
StreamYard. Yeah, you got to
StreamYard.
go to StreamYard and give StreamYard the okay to post your name in these comments. So that's
Right.
why it's showing Facebook user. So this is Michael Franks. I hold on.
Last but not least, too, what I wanted to say, because I don't know if any tax pros are watching, don't stress yourself out trying to get everybody a refund. Everyone is not entitled to a refund.
Right.
A lot of people try to get somebody a refund because they feel like if they don't, they're inadequate as a tax professional. And it's so not true. If you're actually being upfront with your client and letting them know what they're entitled to based on their income, their household size, and whatever information they provided, etc. And of course, if you give tips and tools as well, if you can think of anything that they may need, if they're not entitled to it, they're not
Just
entitled to
don't
it.
get it.
Find
Right,
somebody
right.
else to do it because I love orange. It's my favorite color, but I don't want to wear it every day. No. So just in this season is really stressful for tax pros because they like people are shopping around. Oh, okay, well this person can give me this or this person can give me that. No, if you just do whatever you can do legally, if they don't want it, they can go somewhere else.
Right, right. And if you owe the government, just pay
Yeah,
them. I mean, don't
make
try to
payment.
don't
They
try to
need
get a refund.
it.
Well, Kayla, this has been amazing. And we've been on for like what, 27 minutes.
Yes.
So I don't want to take too much of your day because I know that it is tax season and you got people to see. So I just want to thank you for joining me here. I like
Mhm.
to present people to my group because I'm all about wealth management and trying to get to the bag. So I appreciate you coming on and helping the people out in the group. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see
Thank
you
you, Lisa.
soon.
Thank
All
you
right.
for having me. All
All
right.
right. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in.